Video, I'm going to talk about a few things that I think have become more normal, more of the norm these days. In that, and it's not a good thing. It's about the way people understand what's next, or what is that other person thinking, or what is that other person trying to express, and what could come from that. Along this line, the way I've seen it is more and more people are becoming more socially inept. Okay. One of them I've noticed more than the rest is how people don't recognize nonverbals. Okay, like facial expressions, or just any kind of expression of like, let's go, you use your hand, and maybe, and it depends on which country you live in, or which the culture where you live. Like you do your thumb, or you shake your hand in a certain way to let's go that way, or let's go this way, or let's go. And some people don't really understand what does that mean, and say it's, somebody in your family, or somebody you grew up with, or whatever, somebody you work with, somebody local, and they just don't know what that means. They haven't really maybe paid much attention to what other people are thinking, or the way other people behave in certain situations. They just do whatever they think and they want, or notice what they think they want to notice. It can wind up causing quite a bit of problems too, especially if it's something like an emergency, and you're trying to get them to leave, and there's too much noise or something, so you're using, so they're not going to hear you if you say something, but you're using nonverbals to get them to come here or to leave or whatever, without them hearing you, and they don't know what it means. Okay, that's something. But there's another one I've noticed also is this of people not knowing, like I said earlier, not knowing what comes next after something happens. What is a common thing to happen next? Now, we all know that it doesn't always work that way. We might think if we do A and plus B, that C is the result. It might not be C. A and B doesn't always equal C. You think you don't use these things, but you do in your life. But, there are exceptions to every kind of rule. One size doesn't fit all. But let's say, some people have a pretty good idea. If you do this, and you do that, then something bad could happen, something good could happen. What are the consequences? What usually happens next? There's a general idea that whatever kind of behavior you say you're the person who does that behavior, there could be a consequence to it, negative or positive. Something could come from that. But what I've noticed more and more lately is that no. It seems to be becoming less and less that people understand what will happen after something is done. Or they don't even care what will happen, perhaps. They could just momentarily be not thinking right. Maybe they didn't get enough sleep. Or maybe they had too much caffeine. There's always, it's not always just one little thing, in something like this. Like I said, one size doesn't always fit all. So there's exceptions to every rule. Well, pretty much all of them. So, yeah, those are the two things that I really noticed most, and it's really kind of more than two when you kind of blend them together also. But that I've noticed that seems to be changing in not a good way, because we need to have some kind of clue. People need to have that. Back years ago, people would always call it a clue phone, that they answer. Here's your clue, and, yeah. But these days, I see it worsening, and I'm not saying in any one generation either. A lot of times, if you say something about, something like this, people think that you're only referring to one or two generations. How many are alive today? At least, let's see, 5, maybe 6 generations, of people still around. So, no, it's not any one. Now, I think the older you get, the less. Perhaps. I could be wrong. I don't want to generalize. But anyway, yeah. I think I've done enough for this video. What do you think? Have you seen that? What have you noticed yourself? So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, I think I will. But if you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video, you can click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would. I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.